relaxed as this when you fight for the World Championship?
Definitely, you're gonna see it for yourself. I'm so relaxed, I'm so relaxed, I'm so relaxed, I'm ready to do the business.
Right.
No, I'm not taking him lightly, but he's gonna get beat, just like the rest.
Hello. The first thing we can note about Prince Naseem Hamed is that he was straight up delusional. He thought he was a prince and even made grand displays reinforcing that notion, coming out on a throne, a magic carpet like Aladdin. This dude seriously had delusions of grandeur. And the craziest part about all of this was looking at him, you could genuinely tell he believed all of it himself. Some may look at this man's level of self-belief and say he's an idiot. But in reality, being so delusional actually helped him punch harder. Let me explain how. Cortisol acts like a braking system, inhibiting your muscles from fluidly distributing kinetic motion into force. That basically means the more tense you are from cortisol, the less effectively you can utilize the formula mass times acceleration. Strength is completely irrelevant to how strong your punch is. It's all speed. It's all how fast you move your mass into a punch alongside your overall hand speed. So as you can probably tell, him being so incredibly relaxed helped him hit harder. And he was so incredibly relaxed because he was absolutely deluded into this self-perception that he was a supreme being, a prince amongst men. He tricked his brain into believing he was above all else and had no reason to fear anyone, thus justifying his supremely relaxed disposition, thus allowing a supremely efficient kinetic chain when it came to delivering force. If you don't already know what a kinetic chain is how your joints and segments move together in a chain of movements. So example, throwing a punch from the balls of your feet into your hand, or throwing a ball, same example. Less tension, more fluid chain, thus more efficient distribution of force. That being said, train like a realist, learn like you know nothing, believe in yourself like you belong in a mental institution. Now, not just the fluid distribution of mass, but another side effect of being so relaxed is it lets your authentic personality come out entirely. Prince Naseem Hamed was a freaking dick. His base authentic personality as a result of his grand delusion was a snobby prince, a jerk, and that was incredibly annoying for his opponents. When you are that calm with so much supreme confidence, it makes already insecure individuals more insecure. But on top of all of that, when your natural personality comes out and attacks them with goofy taunts, and just an overall disposition of unseriousness, people just don't know how to emotionally handle it. They were taught it was a kill or be killed environment, and they prepped their mind that way. And so this absolute confidence spiked way too much cortisol in the already pumped pond of cortisol, and it overflows, causing cortical inhibition or frontal lobe shutdown, literally making you dumber, whilst ironically left in this anxious state trying to think of what your opponent is going to do next, simply taking blow after blow mid-thought. You don't have time to think in such a fast-paced environment, especially when your frontal lobe is shut down. That's where you think. That environment operates in the milliseconds. You don't have time for any of that. If you don't have some huge genetic advantage or a huge knowledge advantage and you're not in flow, you will probably get picked apart and lose. That's actually a thing I want to note about Naseem's state of mind as well. He is in this super high theta flow state. He is flowing with crazy footwork, dance moves, pelvic thrusts, all combined effortlessly with devastating blows. He is flowing, filled to the brim with a calm passion that only happens when you can be supremely relaxed. He has the same look in his eyes Conor McGregor has, half-opened eyelids, like he's almost asleep, kind of, or about to be. And that's because the low-frequency theta brainwave is the same one that's found when we are dreaming. It's a state of creativity and fluid articulation, optimal for any martial artist, and I think fighters of this caliber, whether it be Naseem, Roy Jones, Vasyl Lomachenko, Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, Fader, they all remind us that it's not called martial technique, but martial art. All of these men are in a creative artistic mindset. They aren't just warriors armed with an arsenal of techniques. They are armed with fluidity, painting through those techniques. That is flow. It makes you light. People get captivated watching you because to their mirror neurons, it feels like a whimsical dream they don't fully understand. And to the anxious, high-stressed beta, they get pissed off looking at you because it's so far outside of what they feel like they're capable of, they don't resonate with you and end up rejecting you because looking at you win feels like they are being rejected themselves. We like to resonate with our champions. We like to feel a part of what makes them great can be found in us too. And when we see someone so relaxed, having so much fun in a world that causes so much stress, fear, anxiety, it innately makes us a little jealous. So jealous and so insecure that we refuse to acknowledge their victories, their accomplishments over other men. The same thing happened to Connor, happens to Floyd, and most definitely, it happened to Naseem. We have trouble believing in things we feel like we can never be, so we reject the winner to avoid feeling rejected ourselves. Ironically, this mindset will keep our stressed, pained, and anxious heart where it is, while men like this act indifferent and continue to succeed. People think Naseem fell and disappeared because of all the hate he received. No, he didn't. The man did not care at all. He was making millions of dollars each fight doing what he loved most in the world. He doesn't care what you think about him. He stopped fighting because in his relaxed flow, he punched so hard, it was literally breaking his hands. He couldn't keep boxing because his hands were getting destroyed by his punching power.
You know, nobody really ever knew the real truth why I did step out of the game. And it was simply because I had hand trouble. You know, my hands could not take the power that I generate. The bones in my hand could not take it. Every single fight, before every fight, I used to have cortisol injections just to take away the pain. After every fight, I used to have my gloves ripped off with scissors simply because my hands was that big coming out.
Even in the interview with Naseem, he made no mention of haters. He does not care about haters. He does not care about what the hater thinks of him. All you hear in this man's voice is a deep longing to be back in the sport he loved. But he couldn't do it because his hands just couldn't handle his own power. If you have a lot of stress in your life, please believe me when I say I was that person too. If you aren't born and deluded into this mindset, if you don't have the environment to help reinforce this tier of confidence or the genetics, if you want this yourself, the simplest solution I know is meditation. Meditation will give you the flow you are looking for, and in that flexibility, that fluidity, you will live longer, be smarter, hit harder, and just love life more. Take a few moments from your life to fine-tune the rest. Train like a realist. Learn like you know nothing. Believe in yourself so deeply that people think you're crazy. And meditate with your hands together, hoping they don't break from the weight, the sheer power of your true existence. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was inspirational and educational. Please don't forget to smash that like button if it was. It's good karma. And until next time, peace.